Hey everyone, and welcome to the deep dive. We're diving into online marketing today.
Yeah, it's a huge topic.
It is a huge topic. We've got a ton of sources to sort through, and we're going to try to extract those golden nuggets for you.
It's such a fascinating world, too, It's completely changed how businesses connect with customers.
It really
It's
has.
a far cry from the old days of, just print ads and TV commercials.
Right. It's like the internet opened up this whole new universe of possibilities for marketing.
Exactly. And it's so dynamic, it's always changing.
Always changing. We've got sources here covering everything from search engines to social media,
Email campaigns.
email campaigns, and even the psychology behind, what makes people click that buy button.
Oh, yeah, the psychology is huge.
So if you're prepping for a meeting or thinking about a career shift or just curious about how companies are, vying for your attention online, this deep dive is for you.
Absolutely. And one thing that really struck me as we were going through the sources is how much emphasis there is on measurability in online marketing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Unlike those traditional methods, online marketing lets businesses track every click, every view, every conversion.
Wow. So it's all about the data then.
It's all about the data. Data, data, data.
So instead of just like hoping for the best, businesses can actually see what's working and what's not, and then make adjustments on the fly.
Exactly. It's all about that data-driven approach. You can constantly tweak and optimize your strategies based on real-time feedback.
That sounds incredibly powerful.
It is. And it leads us to a really fundamental question. What exactly is online marketing?
Yeah. How do you even define that?
Well, our sources define it as using digital tools and channels to achieve your marketing goals.
Okay, so it's like a toolbox filled with all these different digital strategies and tactics.
Exactly. And all aimed at reaching potential customers online.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here.
Good.
But within this vast online marketing toolbox, what are some of the key areas?
Well, one of the most prominent areas is search engine marketing, or SEM.
A CM.
Think about how often you use Google to search for information products services.
Oh, all the time.
All the time, right? SEM is all about making sure your business appears prominently in those search results.
So it's like having prime real estate on the digital highway,
Exactly. You want to be where the traffic is,
right where the people are.
right where the people are. Now, how do businesses actually achieve that? Well, our sources mention two key components of SEM, SEO and SEA.
I always get those mixed up.
Don't worry, it's a common confusion.
Okay, good.
Think of SEO, or search engine optimization, as the art of organically improving your website's ranking in search results.
Okay, so organically meaning not paying for ads.
Exactly. It's about creating high-quality content that answers people's questions, using relevant keywords that people are searching for, and making sure your website is easy to navigate.
Gotcha. So it's like building a solid foundation for your online presence, making sure your website is appealing to both search engines and actual human visitors.
You got it. It's a long-term strategy that requires patience and persistence, but it can yield incredible results over time.
That makes sense. Building that trust and authority.
Right. Now, on the other hand, we have SEA, or search engine advertising, and this is more about instant visibility.
Okay, so this is where the paid ads come in.
Exactly. It involves paying to display ads on those search engine results pages.
Ah, so those are the ads that often appear at the top of the search results, clearly marked as sponsored.
Precisely. Businesses bid on specific keywords related to their products or services, and when someone searches for those terms, their ad appears.
So it's a way to jump to the front of the line, but it comes at a cost.
Exactly. It can be a very effective way to drive traffic to your website, but it requires careful planning and budget management.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got SEO for the long game, building organic visibility, and SEA for a quicker boost using paid ads.
Got it.
But what about social media? It seems like everyone's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter these days.
Oh, absolutely. Social media has become a dominant force in online marketing.
How does that fit into the puzzle?
It allows businesses to connect with their target audiences on a much more personal and engaging level.
Okay, so it's not just about blasting out promotional messages.
No. It's about building relationships, starting conversations, becoming a part of your customer's online world.
So it's about creating content that people actually find interesting and valuable and engaging with them authentically.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your brand personality, sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses, responding to comments and questions in a way that builds trust and fosters a sense of community.
So it's all about building those genuine connections.
Absolutely. And, one of our sources even mentions that a whopping 57% of marketers plan to increase their social media budgets back in 2014.
Wow. So even back then, they knew it was important.
They knew it was gaining traction.
Yeah. And speaking of staying connected,
Mhm.
what about email marketing? Is that still relevant in today's world of instant messaging and social media notifications?
You know what? It absolutely is. Email marketing remains a highly effective way to reach customers directly and nurture relationships over time.
I guess it makes sense people still check their email.
They do. Think of it like sending personalized letters to your most valued contacts.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
Keeping them informed, offering exclusive deals, reminding them why they chose your brand in the first place.
So it's about staying top of mind and providing value, not just bombarding people with endless promotions.
Exactly. And it can be a very effective way to build loyalty and trust over time.
Now, our sources also mentioned something called affiliate marketing, which sounds kind of intriguing.
Yeah, affiliate marketing is a fascinating model.
What's that all about?
It's where businesses partner with individuals or other companies who promote their products or services on their own platforms.
So it's like having an army of brand ambassadors out there spreading the word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they earn a commission for every sale or lead they generate.
So it's a win-win situation.
Ideally, yes. The business expands its reach through the affiliates network, and the affiliate earns income by promoting products they genuinely believe in.
Okay, that makes sense.
And there are even established affiliate networks like Xanox and Affilianet that act as matchmakers,
Oh, wow.
connecting businesses with potential affiliates and providing tracking tools to make sure everything's transparent and above board.
That sounds like a pretty strategic way to expand your marketing efforts without having to build a massive in-house team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, one area that really piques my interest is content marketing.
Content marketing is all about creating and sharing valuable content that attracts and engages your target audience.
Okay, so what kind of content are we talking about here?
Think blog posts that answer common questions, engaging videos that showcase your expertise, infographics that make complex information easy to understand.
So it's like becoming a go-to resource for your audience, providing valuable information and insights that build trust and establish you as a thought leader in your industry.
You got it. It's a subtle but powerful approach that aligns perfectly with how people consume information online today.
Right. We're all constantly searching for answers, entertainment, and connection.
Exactly. And content marketing taps right into that inherent need.
Okay, so we've covered search engine marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, affiliate marketing, and content marketing. What other tools are in this digital marketing toolbox?
Well, there's also display advertising.
Ah, yes, the banner ads.
Exactly. Which involves using visual ads like banners and videos on websites and social media platforms.
It's about capturing attention with those eye-catching visuals and driving traffic to your website.
You got it.
But I've heard that people are becoming increasingly immune to those banner ads. Is display advertising still effective?
It's true that banner blindness is a real phenomenon.
People just tune them out.
They do. But savvy marketers are adapting by creating more engaging and targeted display ads that blend seamlessly with the surrounding content.
So it's about being more creative, understanding your audience, and finding those moments where your message will truly resonate.
Exactly. It's a delicate dance.
That sounds like it.
And that brings us to a really crucial concept: the customer journey.
Okay, the customer journey.
Successful online marketing involves understanding the steps a person takes from becoming aware of your brand to making a purchase.
So mapping out those touch points.
Exactly. It's about mapping out those touch points and using the right marketing tactics at each stage.
So it's like creating a roadmap for your customer's experience, guiding them towards a desired outcome.
Precisely.
But how do you determine which tactics are appropriate at each stage? Our sources mentioned something about push and pull marketing.
Yes. Push and pull marketing.
What's the difference between those approaches?
Push marketing is about actively pushing your message out to your audience.
Okay, so like those display ads or email blasts we discussed.
Exactly. You're interrupting their flow and trying to grab their attention.
So it's like a direct sales pitch in the digital realm.
Basically. Now, pull marketing, on the other hand, involves creating content or experiences that draw your audience in organically.
So instead of interrupting them, you're giving them something valuable that they're actively seeking out.
Exactly. Think informative blog posts, engaging social media content, or interactive quizzes.
So push is more about interruption, while pull is about attraction.
You get it.
And it seems like pull marketing is becoming increasingly important as consumers become more resistant to traditional push advertising.
Oh, absolutely. Consumers are savvier than ever and are more likely to engage with brands that provide genuine value and respect their time and attention.
Right. We're all bombarded with ads all the time.
All the time. It's overwhelming.
So it's about building relationships, not just bombarding people with messages they're trying to tune out.
Exactly.
Now, with all this talk of strategies and tactics,
Yeah.
How do you actually measure success in the world of online marketing?
That's one of the great things about online marketing. It's measurability.
Okay, right. Unlike traditional methods where it can be difficult to track results.
Exactly. Online marketing provides a wealth of data that you can use to gauge the effectiveness of your campaigns.
So we're talking about things like website traffic conversion rates, cost per acquisition, return on investment.
All those juicy metrics.
All those juicy metrics that tell you if your efforts are actually paying off.
Exactly. By analyzing these metrics, you can identify what's working, what's not, and how to optimize your strategies for maximum impact.
It's like having a digital dashboard for your marketing efforts.
It is. It allows you to make data-driven decisions and constantly improve your performance.
Now, speaking of the digital landscape, we can't ignore the dominance of major platforms like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon.
Oh, absolutely not. They play a huge role in online marketing.
It's like they're the gatekeepers to our online world.
In many ways, they are.
Businesses need to understand how to leverage these platforms strategically to reach their target audiences.
Exactly. It's about understanding their algorithms, the targeting options, and the ever-evolving landscape of features and best practices.
So it's not enough to just have a website or create some social media posts.
Yeah.
You need to be savvy about how these platforms work and how to play the game effectively.
We got it. It's a whole new level of marketing strategy.
It really is a whole new world.
It is. And that's something we'll continue to explore as we dive deeper into the specifics of online marketing.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It really is a whole new world, isn't it? And speaking of navigating this world, let's dive into some specific examples from our sources, starting with SEO.
Okay, sounds good.
I get the basic idea, but what are some of the tactics that actually make a website rank higher in those search results? That seems a bit mysterious.
It can feel like a bit of a black box, especially since Google, the dominant search engine, keeps their exact algorithms a closely guarded secret.
Right. It's like their secret sauce.
Exactly. But our sources do offer some valuable clues. One key factor is something called backlinks,
Backlinks.
which are essentially links from other websites to your site. Think of them like votes of confidence from other players in the online world.
Oh, I see. So the more reputable websites that link to yours, the more Google sees your site as trustworthy and valuable.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating to Google that others vouch for your content and consider it worthy of sharing.
So it's not just about the content on your own website, but also about your connections and reputation across the internet.
You got it.
Like building a web of credibility.
Exactly. And then there's the emphasis on unique content. Google penalizes websites that simply copy content from other sources. It's all about providing fresh, original insights that add value to the online conversation.
That makes sense. It rewards creativity and originality, and it discourages those who try to game the system.
Right.
But let's be honest, sometimes those paid ads at the top of the search results are hard to ignore.
Oh, I know they can be very tempting.
How does search engine advertising actually work in practice? What determines which ads we see?
It all boils down to keywords and bidding. Businesses choose specific keywords related to their products or services, and they essentially compete in an auction-like system. Yeah. The higher they bid on a particular keyword, the more likely their ad is to appear at the top of the results page when someone searches for that term.
So it's a constantly shifting landscape, with businesses adjusting their bids and strategies to stay ahead of the competition.
It can be quite dynamic, especially in highly competitive industries. It requires a deep understanding of your target audience, their search habits, and the keywords they're most likely to use.
It's like a high-stakes game of digital chess.
You could say that. But when done effectively, SEA can be a powerful way to drive targeted traffic to your website.
Speaking of reaching the right audience, let's talk about email marketing.
Okay.
Our sources describe it as a highly effective way to build relationships and drive conversions. But with so much spam out there, how do you create email campaigns that people actually want to open and read?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The key is to focus on personalization, segmentation, and providing genuine value. Gone are the days of sending generic email blasts to your entire list.
Right. No one wants to feel like just another number on a list.
Exactly. Today's savvy marketers use data to segment their audience and send tailored messages that resonate with specific interests and needs.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, it's about crafting personalized experiences that make each recipient feel like they're being spoken to directly.
Precisely. And it's crucial to provide content that your audience finds valuable, whether it's exclusive, offers helpful tips, or engaging stories that connect with their interests.
It's about building a relationship based on mutual benefit and respect.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It's like the difference between receiving a generic flyer in the mail and getting a handwritten note from a friend. You're much more likely to open and read something that feels personal and relevant to you.
I agree.
Now let's unravel the world of affiliate marketing. I'm curious to learn more about how those partnerships actually work in practice.
Sure. It's a mutually beneficial relationship where both the business and the affiliate gains something valuable. The business gains access to a wider audience through the affiliate's platform and only pays a commission when a sale or lead is generated.
And the affiliate earns passive income by promoting products or services they genuinely believe in.
Exactly. It's a symbiotic relationship where everyone wins, ideally.
Ideally.
Hmm.
But how do businesses find and vet potential affiliates? And how do they track those sales and commissions to ensure everything is fair and transparent?
That's where those affiliate networks we mentioned earlier, like Xanox and Affiliate, come into play. They act as intermediaries, connecting businesses with a pool of vetted affiliates and providing tracking tools to monitor performance and manage payments.
So it's like a matchmaking service for online marketers, creating a structure that fosters trust and accountability between businesses and their affiliate partners.
Exactly.
It's fascinating. Now let's shift gears and explore content marketing, which, as we touched on earlier, is about providing genuine value to your audience through informative and engaging content.
You got it. It's about becoming a go-to resource for your target audience, answering their questions, addressing their pain points, and providing insights that are genuinely helpful and relevant to their needs.
I love that. It's about educating and entertaining your audience, not just bombarding them with sales pitches,
Right.
but with so much content out there. How do you make sure your blog posts, videos, and infographics stand out and actually reach their intended audience?
That's where the magic of SEO and social media marketing comes in.
Bringing it all together.
Exactly. By optimizing your content for search engines and promoting it strategically on social media platforms, you can amplify its reach and attract the right eyes.
So it's about creating a cohesive ecosystem where your content seamlessly integrates with your overall marketing strategy.
You got it. You're drawing people in with valuable content and then guiding them towards a deeper engagement with your brand.
It's like planting seeds that grow into a thriving garden of engaged customers.
I like that analogy.
Now, we've talked about display advertising and how it can be a bit of a mixed bag in today's ad-saturated world. What are some of the ways marketers are adapting to overcome banner blindness and make display ads more effective?
One approach is to focus on native advertising, which involves creating ads that blend seamlessly with the surrounding content. Think about those sponsored posts on social media that look and feel like regular updates from your friends.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They're much less intrusive.
Exactly. They're still ads, but they're less intrusive and more likely to capture attention because they fit naturally within the user's experience.
It's about being more subtle and contextual rather than just shouting your message from the rooftops.
Right. And it seems like personalization is key here as well, tailoring ads to the individual user's interests and browsing history.
The more relevant and targeted your ads are, the more likely people are to engage with them.
Exactly. And with the advances in data analytics and targeting capabilities, marketers can now deliver highly personalized ads that feel less like interruptions and more like helpful suggestions.
It's about anticipating the user's needs and providing value at the right moment.
Precisely.
Speaking of understanding the user's journey, let's circle back to the concept of the customer journey and how it can inform your online marketing strategy.
Okay, good idea.
As we've discussed, the customer journey is all about understanding the steps a person takes from becoming aware of your brand to making a purchase and beyond.
Right. It's about mapping out those touch points and using the right marketing tactics at each stage to guide the customer toward a desired outcome.
So it's like creating a roadmap for the customer's experience, anticipating their needs, and providing the right information and incentives at each step along the way.
Exactly. And it's a crucial concept for any online marketer to grasp because it allows you to create a more holistic and effective strategy that takes into account the entire customer lifecycle, from initial awareness to post-sale loyalty and advocacy.
It's about nurturing those relationships over time and creating a positive experience that keeps customers coming back for more.
Precisely.
And speaking of different approaches, let's delve a bit deeper into those contrasting concepts of push and pull marketing, which we touched on earlier.
Sounds good.
As we've discussed, push marketing is all about interrupting the flow and actively pushing your message out to your audience, whether it's through display ads, email blasts, or those sponsored posts that sometimes feel like they're screaming for attention.
Right. It can be a bit much sometimes.
It's like a salesperson approaching you in a store and launching into a sales pitch before you've even had a chance to look around.
I know exactly what you mean.
It can be a bit jarring, especially in today's digital landscape, where we're constantly bombarded with information and stimuli.
It's overwhelming. And that's where pull marketing comes in, offering a gentler, more invitational approach that respects the customer's time and attention. Think about those blog posts that answer common questions, engaging social media content that sparks conversation, or interactive quizzes that entertain while subtly educating your audience.
You're not interrupting their flow, you're adding value to their experience.
Exactly.
It's like setting up a booth at a farmer's market, offering free samples and engaging in friendly conversation, letting the customer come to you on their own terms.
That's a great analogy. And in today's digital landscape where consumers are increasingly savvy and discerning that approach of providing value and building trust is becoming more important than ever.
It's about shifting the focus from selling to serving, understanding that building lasting relationships is the key to sustainable success.
I agree.
Now, one of our sources offers a fascinating illustration of how push and pull marketing can be used effectively at different stages of the customer journey.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more.
They use a 7-stage model to break down the customer's path to purchase from initial awareness to post-sale loyalty.
Okay, a 7-stage model.
It's a great way to visualize the different touch points where your audience is most receptive to different types of marketing messages.
That makes sense.
For example, in the early stages when the customer is just becoming aware of your brand or product to pull, marketing tactics tend to be more effective. You're not trying to sell them anything at this point. You're simply trying to capture their attention and pique their interest.
So like those informative blog posts, engaging social media updates, or eye-catching infographics that provide value and establish your expertise.
Exactly. You're planting seeds, nurturing a relationship, and gradually building trust.
And as the customer progresses through the journey, becoming more interested in your product and considering a purchase, you can start to introduce more push marketing tactics.
Like targeted ads or email campaigns that highlight specific features and benefits.
Precisely.
So it's about striking the right balance, providing the right information at the right time, and gently guiding the customer toward a decision without being overly aggressive or intrusive.
Exactly. It's about respecting the customer's journey and understanding that building trust and providing value are essential for creating lasting relationships.
And once the customer has made a purchase, you can shift back to pull marketing tactics to foster loyalty and encourage repeat business.
Oh, right. Like those personalized thank you emails, exclusive offers for loyal customers, or engaging social media updates that keep your brand top of mind.
Exactly. It's about nurturing that relationship and creating a positive post-purchase experience that encourages customers to come back for more.
It's about recognizing that the customer journey doesn't end with the sale. It's an ongoing process of engagement and value creation.
And by understanding the dynamics of push and pull marketing and how they can be used effectively at different stages of the customer journey, you can create a more holistic and effective marketing strategy that drives sustainable growth for your business.
It's all about finding the right balance, respecting the customer's journey, and building relationships that are mutually beneficial.
Now let's turn our attention to the exciting world of social media marketing. Our sources highlight the incredible power of social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to connect with audiences, build brands, and drive conversions.
It's a constantly evolving landscape, but one that offers immense opportunities for businesses of all sizes.
It's no longer just about sharing funny cat videos or posting vacation photos. It's about creating engaging content that tells your brand story, sparks conversation, and builds a loyal following.
And it's about using the various features and advertising options available on these platforms to target your ideal audience and amplify your reach.
It's like having a megaphone in a crowded marketplace, but instead of shouting aimlessly, you're using it to deliver targeted messages to the people who are most likely to be interested in what you have to offer.
That's a great analogy. And it highlights the importance of strategic planning and execution in social media marketing.
One of our sources mentions that a whopping 57% of marketers plan to increase their social media budgets back in 2014.
Wow, so even back then.
Which shows you how quickly this area was becoming essential for businesses.
And that trend has only accelerated in the years since social media has become an integral part of the marketing mix for most businesses, and for good reason. It offers a unique opportunity to connect with your audience in a more personal and engaging way than traditional marketing channels ever could.
It's about humanizing your brand, telling your story, and building relationships based on authenticity and shared values.
Exactly. It's not just about broadcasting messages. It's about fostering conversation, responding to comments and questions, and actively engaging with your followers in a way that builds trust and loyalty.
It's about creating a community around your brand, a space where people feel connected to your values and excited to share their experiences with others.
And it's about using the various tools and analytics available on these platforms to track your performance, measure your results, and constantly optimize your strategies to maximize your impact.
It's a dynamic and ever-changing landscape, but one that offers immense rewards for those who are willing to invest the time and effort to truly understand it and master its nuances.
It's a challenge, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
And it's something that we're here to help you do. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll delve even further into the specific strategies and tactics you can use to make social media marketing work for your business, exploring real-world examples and case studies that illustrate what's working in today's digital landscape.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get tactical and explore how to actually make social media marketing work. I'm ready to unlock the secrets of those viral posts and engaged communities.
Yeah, it's not magic, but there's definitely a science to it.
Okay, so what's the secret formula?
Well, one of our sources breaks down the psychology behind what makes people engage with content online, and it really boils down to understanding what captures attention and motivates action.
That makes sense. You can't just throw random stuff out there and hope it sticks.
Exactly. There has to be a strategy behind it.
So what kind of strategies are we talking about?
Well, for example, visuals are incredibly powerful on social media. Think about those eye-catching photos and videos that stop you mid-scroll.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that grab your attention.
Exactly. We're visual creatures by nature. A compelling image can convey so much more than words alone.
Right, it's all about that visual appeal.
And then there's the power of storytelling. People are drawn to narratives that evoke emotions, whether it's laughter, inspiration, or even a touch of controversy.
A good story can make your brand relatable and memorable.
Yeah.
It's like weaving your marketing message into something that people genuinely want to share with others.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of social proof. People are more likely to engage with content that others have already liked, commented on, or shared.
Oh yeah, it's that whole, if everyone else is doing it, maybe I should too kind of thing.
It's like a virtual stamp of approval that says, hey, this is worth checking out.
So how can businesses leverage that?
Think about incorporating testimonials, user-generated content, or even influencer endorsements into your social media strategy.
Speaking of influencers, our sources touch on the growing trend of influencer marketing, where brands partner with individuals who have a large and engaged following on social media to promote their products or services.
Yeah, influencer marketing has become huge.
It seems like it's everywhere these days.
It's a powerful way to tap into an existing audience that already trusts and respects the influencer's opinion. It's like a modern-day word-of-mouth campaign amplified by the reach of social media.
So it's all about authenticity and credibility, though.
Absolutely. You need to choose influencers who genuinely align with your brand values and whose audience matches your target market.
It has to be a good fit.
It does. And then there's the ever-evolving world of social media advertising where you can target specific demographics, interests, and even behaviors to reach the right people with your message.
It's like having a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer, allowing you to precisely target your message to those who are most likely to be interested.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is that you can track your results in real time, see what's working, what's not, and adjust your campaigns on the fly.
It's data-driven marketing at its finest.
It really is.
Now, I know we've touched on this before, but our sources really emphasize the importance of understanding the different social media platforms and tailoring your content accordingly.
Oh, absolutely. You can't just copy and paste the same message across all platforms and expect it to resonate.
Right. What works on Instagram might fall flat on LinkedIn.
Exactly. Each platform has its own unique culture and audience.
So how do you approach each platform differently?
Well, Instagram is all about visually stunning content. High-quality photos and videos that capture attention and evoke emotions. It's a place to showcase your brand's personality and aesthetic.
So it's all about the visuals.
While LinkedIn is more of a professional networking platform, it's where you share industry insights, build thought leadership, and connect with other professionals in your field.
Makes sense.
And then there's Twitter, which thrives on short, snappy updates, real-time conversations, and witty banter. It's a great platform for news, current events, and engaging with your audience in a more informal and conversational way.
So many different approaches.
It's about finding the right platform for your message and your audience.
It sounds like the key is to understand the nuances of each platform and play to its strengths.
You got it. And to tailor your content to the specific audience you're trying to reach on each platform.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of the online marketing landscape.
Me too. It's such a dynamic and exciting field.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I think the most important takeaway is that online marketing is constantly evolving. What works today might not work tomorrow. So it's crucial to stay curious, experiment, and adapt your strategies as the landscape changes.
It's all about being agile and embracing the ever-changing nature of the digital world.
Absolutely. And remember, at its core, online marketing is about connecting with people. It's about building relationships, providing value, and creating a positive experience for your audience.
Well said.
You know?
And on that note, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of online marketing. We encourage you to continue exploring and experimenting with these strategies and find what works best for you and your business.
And remember, we're always here to guide you through the ever-evolving world of digital marketing.
Until next time, happy marketing.